welcome to Michael's Musings. I am author Michael A. Jacob. I write gender shifter, social sci-fi with a little bit of romance and a touch of gore. And we are continuing our discussion of book 1 of my core series, Core Confliction. So, this is my hot mess based drama where every character pretty much has bad judgment and messy sex lives and dark secrets that can change the fate of entire races. So, there's that. Listeners will have you asking what were they thinking and how they're going to get out of this mess now. Because they're always in one. So, these are, of course, short and sweet, to the point videos. Because pretty much every one of my books has like these long chapters. And this one has like 26 of them. So we're not going through all those because I am not trying to get us bogged down in all of that kind of detail. So, today we're going to talk about Ganna. So, we first meet Ganna in the strip mall. She's a lovely older lady with the silver curls, you know, at the pizza parlor. And she opens up a vortex in the middle of the strip mall and is like, yeah, let's get the hell out of here. Ganna is kind of like a mix of everything. She's a science officer. She's a spiritual leader. Etc., etc. She's all that. She's also one who saved most of the population of Lhasa and found new Lhasa to throw everybody on. Like she grabbed as many cores and vessels as she could, and yeah, got them all off the planet as it was being pretty much destroyed by Halfar's little planet bomb. So she guides the people in the teachings of Lhasa, because Lhasa is not just a planet. Lhasa was actually a being that wasn't worshipped, but because Lhasa is no longer, of course, living, they do now. And they'd say things like, where we would say like, oh my God, or JC, all that kind of good stuff. They would say stuff like, for the love of Lhasa, instead of like, for the love of God, why? They say for the love of Lhasa, it's like, oh, may Lhasa's light, bathe you in prosperity or things like that. That's kind of like what she kind of like guides the people in the teachings and whatnot of Lhasa. But then she's also the science officer, where she's always like coming up with new technology, that helps with everything. Like, things that would help with agriculture, things that help with, some of the little bit of infrastructure that is on New Lhasa, because they don't really have one. She's the one who's set up the vortex stations, because as I previously told you, that they don't have spaceships to travel. They use the vortex. They use galactic pathways. They don't really, and they only go to certain places. They don't really go anywhere. They're very a secluded race. So here she is with, doing all this crazy stuff because her loyalties lie with Lhasa. Not just the being, but also the planet's people itself. So whenever Chardon, who is of course leader of the race, decides to, do something, she's basically butting heads with him at every turn, because if she feels that it does not benefit Lhasa or benefit the Lassians in any way, she's not going to be on board. And so there's this whole big, like tug of war struggle between the two of them. It's like you have the leader of the race going, I want this done, I need this way, and you have Ganna, who's the spiritual leader and the science leader, saying, no, I'm not doing that because it doesn't benefit Lhasa or New Lhasa now. So it's again a hot mess, and Ganna, love her or hate her. I'm still on the fence, and I wrote this woman, so I'm not sure if I like her. She has many, many, many flaws. Yes, her loyalties, they're kind of iffy. You're just kind of like, you might want to let that go. Just listen to what the leader says. But then at the same time, the leader's also doing dumb stuff. There's a hot mess, so you kind of like agree with her on a certain level, and because she's very protective. Like, she's the one who created the barrier so that if a ship comes by and it happens to veer off towards Lhasa, it ends up going through like a hidden vortex and spits out either on the other side of Lhasa or back where they came from on the other side. So she's like, no, we don't want any more visitors. We don't need any more invaders. We don't need, she's basically, like, everybody leave us alone. But that kind of defeats the whole point about trade, because they're a new planet. It's got a weak sun. They need resources. They have a few resources they found on New Lhasa that they could probably trade with, but mostly they need resources, and so they need to be able to trade with other planets, other systems, and she knows this. Okay, she knows this, but at the same time, she's very reluctant to go along with this whole let's go negotiate with some other races, because it is badly, of course, because that's part of the premise of the whole story. But I mean, they eventually do end up trading, but it's like she's butting heads, but she knows that they need the stuff, and she's trying to keep these whole teachings from before their planet was destroyed, and she needs a paradigm shift. That's pretty much what Ganna needs, and she's got dubious practices, because spiritual leader, science leader. She's also I know it's awful. She's also head of the medical structure, the whole So if you get hurt in battle or anything like that, or you cut your finger, you're going into her lab. I mean, she's got assistants. It is kind of a, not really a hospital. I think it's more like if you think about it, like a very advanced military bays, like triage type places. It's like a fly by night medical tent, but except for it's labs, and it's on another planet, so it's a little more advanced. It's got more stuff going on, but it's still in the same principle. It's you got a laceration. Oh, you almost cut off your arm, and you're going into her lab, and she's fixing you up. And the thing is, when she's fixing you up, you don't know if she's done something to you because she's always experimenting. said, she's very, yeah, dubious practices. Not sure where her loyalties lie. And yeah, she's very much, in her own bubble. And she needs to get out of that, you know. And of course, over the course of the story, yes, I'm gonna, you know, literally pry it open and get her out of there, you know, because that's not a sustainable, you know, line of story when it comes to her. So that's what I got about Ganna. Like I said, you can definitely read more about her in the book, and see all the things that she does that you just kind of go, oh wait, that doesn't sound right, and it doesn't, and it's probably not. So so that's what I got for you for today. That was Ganna. The next one, I'm not sure. I think I might like skip another character or two. And well, Lhasa is, like I said, Lhasa is a kind of a character. It's not just a planet, it's actually a being. I might even tap into Lhasa, but that's later on in the story, so maybe not. Maybe I'll save that for later. Save that for last. But yeah, so like I said, these videos are short, sweet, to the point. If you like it, hit the like button, of course. If you want to see more, because there is more, you can subscribe. Again, I love discussions. I love honest feedback. So feel free to make comments, ask questions, you know, engage. I only ask that you be respectful, and don't spam, please. Of course, the channel is not monetized. Nope. So you can always like drop me some dimes, quarters, what have you, to, you know, keep me in chai lattes and webtoon subscriptions, anime subscriptions, because those I love those. Yeah. So I will see you on the next video. If you want to see or want to learn, not just see, you see the rest of my works that I have and learn more about me and my books, I will have the link below in the description. And also, if you want to get them directly from me, I will also have that link there as well. So hopefully you have a great week, because after this week, it is September. Yes. No more summer. Well, hopefully the weather changes, and then yes, definitely no more summer. Let the autumn begin. So, see you next time, and may the universe grant all that you desire. And I will see you